Just because Christmas is right around the corner, it doesn't mean you have to break the bank just to get your fellow gym rat a proper gift. What's up everyone, David here, got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you miss out on any new videos. Because remember, no videos on this channel. They're Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. So what's right around the corner? Thanksgiving. What's the day after Thanksgiving? Black Friday. A lot of things are going to be going on sale, and that is perfect. Everything you've been wanting to buy, but you've been holding off on because you're going to wait until they're on sale, now's your chance to get it. But the gifts are not just for you as well. They're also for your fellow gym bros, your fellow fit chicks. If you're looking for a gift to give anyone that's into fitness, that's into the gym, that's into working out, perfect. You found the right video. I'm going to be giving you a handful of ideas of things that you can get that, one, are actually going to be used in the gym. There's nothing better than actually getting a practical gift that you can use day in and day out when you're working out. But two, it's budget friendly. I mean, you don't have to break the bank to get someone a good gift, especially for us gym rats, fit chicks. Anyone that's into working out, it's not the most expensive gift that matters. It's the fact that we could actually use it and get some type of benefit from it. And the things I'm about to list right now, I guarantee if you were to gift this to any fellow fitness person, I guarantee they're gonna be real appreciative and they're gonna get a lot of good use out of it. Starting off with something as simple as a gym bag. Now, there's nothing wrong with a duffel bag. I know a lot of people do it. A lot of people go with a drawstring bag, perfectly fine. But me personally, I've been taking a liking to tactical backpacks as of late. The reason why is because of all the different pockets. If you're someone who cares a lot of stuff, you like to be organized, this right here can really compartmentalize all the different stuff that you have. And plus, you can customize it, you can put patches. It's easy to know where everything is instead of like a duffel bag where you're just digging in there, hoping you grab the right thing, having to move stuff out the way. Right here, I already know what's in each individual pocket. So trust me, you want to find a good gift, a tactical backpack, gym backpack, really goes a long way. But let's go ahead and check out what exactly is inside of it. What are some other things that you can buy as gifts? I did say budget friendly, but budget is a relative term depending on how much you're actually trying to spend. It's going to vary from person to person, but I wouldn't necessarily say weightlifting shoes, but just a pair of shoes to work out in. So the ones I have in here are heeled squat shoes, Olympic weightlifting shoes, platform shoes, squat shoes, however you want to call it. Essentially all it is a heeled shoe meant for squatting, to elevate your heels. Now, these by no means are they absolutely necessary to squat or work out in. If you don't want to go with that, you can go with something like a pair of Converse, flat-soled, a pair of Vans. They're just good. I like being stable on the ground. You don't want to be lifting weights in running shoes. Running shoes are meant for running, hence the name. They got a lot of cushion. Try to be as stable as you can. So either a flat-sole shoe, a barefoot shoe, or weightlifting shoes. Just a pair of shoes will really go a long way for someone that's working out. Again, heel shoes, these are going to be real expensive. Flat sole shoes, Converse, Vans, the basics, way more budget friendly. So that's just one thing that you can do. Another thing, and I'm just going to be rattling off things that I just got in this bag, because again, everything that I have, it gets used. It's practical. Most of it, not too expensive. Ankle straps. Ladies, this one might actually be for you. So fellas, if you're watching this and your girl's into working out, this might be a good gift that you can go ahead and give her. The ankle straps, so she can go ahead and go up on the cable machine, do her glute kickbacks, leg abductions. The reason why is because it's real hard to try to find these in the actual gym. You're looking around for all the attachments, you can't find them. These, super cheap, super easy to get around your ankle, and then you can go ahead and attach it to the cable machine. Nothing too complicated. They fit in your bag, take up little space, don't really weigh much. Again, these will probably be a really good investment, so highly recommend it. Again, not everyone will use them. I feel, ladies, you might use these a little more just because you tend to do those exercises for your glutes a little bit more so than men. Another thing right here, this is something I've been growing real fond of lately, a workout journal. And this one specifically, the reason why is because it has so many different time slots, day slots. I can list all my different exercises, the day of the week, what time I started the workout, what time I finished the workout, sets, cardio, distance, time, any supplements, protein carbs. Pretty much it has everything I can log in day in, day out of what, not only what my diet is, but what my workout is. And I mainly use it just to track the actual workouts. So on 11/22, so essentially November 22nd, I did hack squats, 3 sets of 8 reps with 315. Okay, in a couple weeks, I'm gonna go ahead and try to beat that. So I'll have to go back and I'm like, okay, what did I do on the 22nd? I did 315 for 8 reps. All right, this time let me try to beat it. Let me get 10 reps. So it's a good way to track your workouts. So that way you could also find something to push even harder in and try to beat whatever it is that you got during your last workout. Easy way to keep progress. So that's something I never really used until these past couple of weeks. So highly recommend. Another thing you can go ahead and get is, realistically, if you don't film your workout, you don't post it. Did it really happen? No, of course not. So a little mini tripod, but I will say if you are going to be getting this as a gift for someone, just keep in mind, people don't like being filmed in the background. Respect other people's privacy. Don't be that obnoxious person that brings a whole filming studio into the gym. That's why I like this tripod. It's really small, very low footprint. That's really all it opens up to right there. And it only goes up this tall. So realistically, does not take up much room at all. So if I have it right here, have my phone, boom, low footprint. You do not have to be bringing one of those big ass ring lights, tripods. This is all you need. Just track your workouts. Again, me mainly, when I film my workouts, it's mainly just to check my form. The only things I really film are just the squat, the bench, and the deadlift. I don't film all the other exercises. It's really just a squat, bench, deadlift. And even then, it's only the top set, just to make sure where I see where the form fell apart or where something went wrong. You know, it's more of just like a progress check. But again, small tripod. Look how much room it takes up. You can easily slide it in your gym bag. No big deal. Another thing we can go ahead and do is sleeves of any kind. I'm not going to break it down and say elbow sleeves, knee sleeves, all that. Just whatever type of sleeves. They really go a long way. So many different brands out there. So many different colors, styles, thicknesses, just to give you a little extra support on your knees for when you squat, or give you a little bit of pain relief on your elbows when you press. Regardless, either one. Do you need them in your workouts? No. Can they be a little more costly depending on the brand? Of course, but just go with a simple brand. Look at the reviews. You can find some real inexpensive ones that can really get the job done. These are Stoic. They work for me. Had them for years. No problem whatsoever. So that's it for those. Another thing you can go ahead and do, speaking of supportive gear, wrist wraps, especially if you're someone that benches a lot. So this one, I definitely see guys wear wrist wraps more so than girls. You can use them when you squat, you can use them when you bench. I mainly only ever use them for bench press. I don't really use straps when I squat. Boom. These are just some cheap generic ones from like Big Five. You can see how long they are. It's not really much. I know the better quality ones are like 3 feet long, super thick. For what I need it for just the basic wrist support, I mean, come on now, a little 12 to 18 inch wrist wrap, it gets the job done. I don't need the full 3 foot long one. I don't need this super high quality one. I'm just wrapping out 2 plates on bench, okay? It's not much for what my needs are. You can get away with getting a cheap brand like this. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't spend more money than you actually need to. Since we're talking about bench press, what's one thing that could really take a hit if you do it incorrectly or don't warm up properly? Your shoulders. Bands of any kind, elastic bands, they can really help you out, but not even just for the upper body, even just like a small ankle band to warm up your hips, your knees, your ankles. Just bands in general for your warm-ups. Really, really great. At the gym, when was the last time you saw a band that was actually intact? People always try to steal them from the gym. The very few that you do find, they're all old, they need to be replaced, they're about to snap, they got a tear in them. There's nothing worse than pulling on the band, trying to do some external rotations, and then next thing you know, boom, the band snaps and it hits you in the face. Bring your own bands. So this one actually came in a pack. It had 5 different colors, 5 different resistances. I mainly use this one, the thin red one. I do a lot of these right here. I hang them up top and then do some tricep push downs, like high reps, just to get some elbows warmed up and some blood into the triceps. This one, I wrap around my knees and I do a couple of warm-up squats, kick my legs out, warm up my hips and everything. So I definitely believe these would be a good investment. I guarantee every workout you need to warm up. So hence every workout you will be using these. Super cheap, don't take up a lot of space in your gym bag. Now, on top of that, Fat grips right here. You really want to work that grip strength. This, you can take them to any gym, no matter what it is that you're using, any barbell, any dumbbell, any cable attachment, you can go ahead and throw these on there. All it does is just thicken up whatever it is that you're grabbing. So if you're doing curls, instead of doing curls on a normal bar, throw these around and then boom, it makes it from a 1-inch diameter handle that you're grabbing, 2-inch diameter, really working that grip strength, really building up those forearms. I really like these. And the good thing is they stand out in color too. So you never have to like lose them. You know they're yours. But speaking of grip strength, some of you still refuse to work your forearms or address the issue of your weak hands. Instead, you resort to using these weightlifting straps right here. Nothing wrong with it, but again, I definitely believe you should still be working on your grip strength regardless. But if you want to find someone to gift, straps could always be used. When you're doing your heavy deadlifts, your heavy RDLs, your heavy rowing movements, you can go ahead and go with these. I go with 2 different styles. I have the old school style ones. The typical only has 1 strap. You wrap it around the bar. I personally like these. These are my favorite, the old school style ones. But I know a lot of people have been taking a liking to the figure 8 straps. I have a pair because I wanted to try them out, but I'm not gonna lie, I really do not like them. I just feel they're uncomfortable. I feel like it's more complicated getting out. It just doesn't feel right. But again, every person's gonna be a little different. Top level strongmen, I know they use a lot of the figure 8 straps. I know a lot of power lifters, they go with the old school style. Just pick whatever one. Regardless, they're both cheap. Hell, if you don't want to pick, just get one of each. Again, you're not gonna be breaking the bank. Maybe 10 to 15 bucks for each. Overall, $20 to $30 for the pair. And these are, you know, they've had them for years. They haven't been worn. One pair can really go a long way, as long as you don't put them over anything sharp, obviously, and you don't just like drag it across the ground. They'll last. For a piece of fabric, they pretty much held up the test of time up until now. Years of abuse and many workouts later. So that's it for what I have in my actual bag. And these are just typical things that I would say that almost any gym rat would use, any fit chick, anyone that's going to be going to the workout. If you're really pushing yourself and trying to build muscle and strength, these are just the general things that I feel like they would actually get some good benefit from. Now, on top of that, if you want to take it up another notch, there's definitely a lot more things that you can get that are still within budget. Number 1, any type of headphones. Now, I'm not saying these specific. These are the Shocks. Shocks have been really growing in popularity. I like them because, especially if you're working out with your gym bro, in between sets, you start talking, or you meet someone new at the gym, you want to hold a conversation. What I like about these is they actually don't go in your ear. So yes, I can still hear the music being played, but my ear isn't being covered. So I can still hear the person that's right in front of me. I can still talk to them. So I like these. I think the technology is called bone conduction technology. I don't really know how that works, but I definitely believe these, they're cool. They were like 160, 170. So again, depending on your budget, that could be a bit much. There's other over-the-head headphones that can range anywhere from, like, let's just say 60 bucks all the way to $300. And then there's just the smaller earbuds that could go all the way down from as $30, like Tozo, T-O-Z-O. Look up that brand. Great one. Goes in the ears real cheap, to upwards of like 150. But just headphones or something for music in general, if you do the research or you just do some digging around, you'll find some pretty good brands, some pretty good quality for relatively inexpensive. So that's just another go-to. Pump covers, especially now that we're in Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, we're in the winter season. It's time to stay covered up, hide the physique, put in the work, and get ready to rip it off and unveil what you've been working on come spring. So oversized t-shirts, both men and women, both of you will be using them. Oversized tees, boom, whatever colors, whatever designs, just go for it. You can't go wrong. You cannot have too many gym clothes. I don't want anyone saying, oh no, it's just too much. No. You can never have too much gym clothes. Definitely a time and place for both. Now, weightlifting belts of various kinds. This is the one that I use for my big compound movement, my heavy squatting, benching, deadlifting. These can be expensive, but if you just get a little bit cheaper brand, you can still get the job done. All you got to really practice is that intra-abdominal pressure. Luckily, this one I bought used for 10 bucks at a swap meet a couple years ago, and it's still holding strong. But again, if you buy a brand new, obviously it's going to cost more, especially if you buy like the popular, like the Inzer or the SBD lever belts. Especially lever belts are going to be more expensive. I still got the old school 2-prong belt, but just do your research. Just a weightlifting belt, especially if whoever it is that you're going to be giving this gift to tends to lift a little stronger, or lift a little heavier, training for strength. You're definitely going to be getting some benefit out of this. Or you can go with like the cheaper Velcro belt. I've seen some at Ross, Burlington, TJ Maxx. They still get the job done. Another type of weightlifting belt right here, a dip belt. Because when was the last time you wanted to do some weighted dips or some weighted pull-ups at the gym and you can't find the belt, or someone's taking forever using it and they only have one? I'd say just bring your own. So this one, pretty cheap as well. Again, it gets the job done. You could easily roll it up, boom, right here, and then throw it in your gym bag. Just make sure you mark your name on it, because there's nothing worse than you bring your own dip belt to the gym and then they see you walk out with it and then they pull you aside. They start questioning, like, why are you taking it to gyms? No, it's not the gyms. It just so happens to be the same brand that the gym has. So always mark yours, customize it, so that way they know it's yours and you're not actually stealing from the gym. Trust me. All right, another thing that we can do, and this will be the last part, is obviously it's not just about working out. You got to get your nutrition in point. So water bottles of any kind. You got the old school shaker cup right here, or you can get the metal insulated one. Owala, Stanley, Hydro, just a generic brand, whatever it is, just keeps whatever it is that you're drinking cold. You can go ahead and get that going. But speaking of cold, how exactly am I going to be keeping this cold? Right here, and this is something very specific to me. I don't really see many other people doing this, but after a workout, I gotta down that post-workout protein shake. But the thing is, my post-workout shakes are real food along with protein powder blended together. So I'm mixing bananas, oats, milk, protein powder. Once all that is blended up, I gotta make sure that, it stays cold. It's gonna go bad, especially if my workout is 2.5 hours. By the time I'm done working out, it's gonna be all hot, and essentially it would have gone bad. A lunchbox with an ice pack inside of it. This, so that whatever it is that you made, if you blended your post-workout shake, put it in here, boom, keeps it nice and cold. If you have a bigger backpack or a duffel, you can easily put that in there, or just keep it in your locker in the gym. Now, last thing, you give this to a fellow gym bro, he might actually propose to you. Pre-workout or energy drinks. You cannot go wrong with these. You already got your shaker cups. We need something to go ahead and mix it in there. And luckily, a lot of the pre-workouts, the bottles or the jars that they come in themselves are pretty small enough to the point where they can fit inside of your actual bag. So once the time actually comes, boom, you're in the locker room, hyping yourself up, getting ready, changing, ready to work out. Take a scoop, drink it, put it away. Or you can go ahead, get them a case of energy drinks, and then from right here, just downing one as you go on your way to the gym. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Again, these are just some common ideas of what I would assume giving the practical gym goer would like. Fit chick, gym bro, if they take the gym seriously, I guarantee they're going to be using something, if not everything, that I just listed in one way, shape, or form. These are just a couple of ideas. Again, budget is a relative term. A lot of these brands or a lot of these items can be expensive if you get a higher quality brand, or if you do some digging around, you can get it at a real good price, especially with these Black Friday deals coming on, for a lot less, and the quality will still be good. They'll still be able to get you through a good workout. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Comment down below any other gift suggestions you may have for anything that anyone that goes to the gym would enjoy that will not break the bank. Also, be sure to comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is, comment it down below. I'd be more than happy to help y'all out. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos, because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so don't miss out. And on Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Be sure to follow me on both accounts. I'll put all my links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.